What's happening? Can you tell me? Till last topic we have used only one coil, but here in this video there are two coils. So what is the concept behind it? What is going on? This concept is electromagnetic induction. Today we are going to study electromagnetic induction. We will understand this topic completely today in this lecture. Hello students, how are you all? Enjoying? Yeah, I'm back, your physics teacher. So what we were doing? We were discussing the chapter magnetic effect of electric current, right? So in last lecture we have completed electric motor based on this principle, that current carrying conductor is placed between in the magnet. Okay, when we place a current carrying conductor in magnet, then it will experience a force, right? But if I say that I want to move this magnet around this rod, okay, I want to move this magnet around this rod, or I want to move this rod around this magnet. How? Let's see with animation. As you can see here that this coil is moving around the magnetic field, right? I moved this coil around the magnetic field. Similarly, if I move magnet around the coil, let's see that also. As you can see here that magnet is moving around the coil. So what will happen if coil moves around the magnet and magnet moves around the coil? If both are not in a stationary position, if both are moving, or if both are rest, then what will happen? This idea was given by Faraday, right? Faraday was a scientist who experimented this thing. Okay, so what he said, that whether the magnetic field of a magnet moves near a stationary conductor, okay, means that magnet is moving near a stationary conductor. That means this conductor is at rest and this magnet is moving. If magnet is moving, that means magnetic field is also varying, right? It is not stationary. Magnetic field is also changing because I am moving magnet, right? Or the conductor moves in a stationary magnet. Now in second case, what I have done is I kept magnet stationary and coil is moving around it, right? As we have seen in the animated part, right? Then what will happen? Then a voltage is induced, okay? This voltage is known as EMF, electromotive force, okay? The voltage induced in this is known as EMF, electromotive force, okay? So when we move magnet around a stationary conductor or we move conductor around a stationary magnet, then a voltage is induced, okay? And in electricity we have discussed that if voltage is changing, if a voltage is there, that means current should also be there, okay? If voltage is there, that means current should also be there. All right, let's see. So as we discussed that if magnet is moving or the conductor is moving, right, EMF is induced. That means EMF is potential difference V, right? EMF is potential difference V here. All right, if potential induced, that means current would also be there, and that current will known as induced current, okay? Due to this magnetic field, due to the change in magnetic field, here is also magnetic field is changing, and here is also magnetic field is changing. See, if we are moving conductor around a magnet, that means around a coil magnetic field is changing, right? Around a coil magnetic field is changing. So in both the cases magnetic field is changing. If magnetic field changes, then there will be a voltage, that is induced EMF, right? And current because of this voltage is known as induced current, right? Whenever magnetic field changes, then there will be induced current because of induced EMF. All right. Now what Faraday states, that EMF is, induced voltage is proportional to the product of the number of loops, and rate at which the magnetic field changes within the loops, right? And rate at which magnetic field is changing. Rate means in denominator there should be del T, right? So what Faraday said, that induced EMF, or we can denote it as V, is directly proportional to the N multiplied by del B magnetic field. I explained you that we denote magnetic field by B divided by del T, right? This law is stated by Faraday, that if we want to change the induced EMF, the value of induced EMF, what we can do, we can increase the number of turns in coil or decrease the number of turns in coil. Okay, we can change the number of turns in coil, or we can change the magnetic field, right? This was said by Faraday's law. Right. Now, as we have discussed that because of changing magnetic field, current is inducing, right? We use here word inducing. Okay, that means it is this change in magnetic field is creating a current here. Okay, that was first observed by Faraday. So a current is inducing here or a current is creating here. So how would you know that current is here or not? Current is creating here or inducing here or not? How would you know? You will get to know with the help of an instrument, galvanometer. Okay, what galvanometer do? It tells us the direction of electric current, whether the electric current is here or not. Okay, galvanometer tells us the present of current. Current is present here or not. Okay, that was known by galvanometer. All right, that we can know by galvanometer. All right, how? See, whenever we move coil away from magnet or towards the magnet, then this galvanometer shows deflection. Why? Because of presence of electric current, because of presence of induced current. Okay, this galvanometer shows deflection. That means induced current is present. If this coil is stationary, okay, and the magnet is also stationary, both are at rest, both are not moving, that means current will not get induced. Okay, current will induce because of change in magnetic field. If both are at rest, then there will be no change in magnetic field, then there will be no current, no induced current. Okay, then this galvanometer will not show any deflection. That you can see here, it is at rest and it is also at rest, both are not moving. That means this galvanometer will not show any deflection. That means no current is present here when both are at rest. But when I moved the coil away or towards, that means induced current is present here, because galvanometer is showing deflection. And one more important thing, that I told you about two methods how you can induce current, by moving coil or by moving magnet, right? But practically, when you do practical, the most convenient method is to move coil around the magnet, the most convenient method, okay, in both of the methods, right? So let's go further. Now what if I replace this magnet with a coil? Then what will happen? See here, I replaced a magnet with a coil. Here I replaced a magnet with a coil and I connected both the coils, okay? This is coil number 1 and coil number 2. So setup would be like this, okay? One coil is connected with a battery and one coil is connected with a galvanometer, in which we want to check the current, okay? That is connected with a galvanometer. So from here we will start flowing current, okay? And as you know that after flowing current in coil, magnetic field generates, right? In starting of this chapter we have discussed about it, that whenever magnetic field flows, that at that time, whenever electric field flows, at that time magnetic field generates, right? So here magnetic field generates, and when we change the current, then magnetic field will also change. So due to this change in magnetic field, an induced EMF or induced voltage EMF generates here, creates here, okay? So because of induced EMF, induced current will also be there, right? And this current will be detected by this galvanometer, okay? This is the method which is electromagnetic induction, okay? This is the method which is known as electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction, that means through electricity, how you can generate electricity in another coil. Through an electricity in one coil, how you can convert or how you can generate electricity in second coil. This is electromagnetic induction because of induced current. Induction came from induced current, okay? This whole concept is known as electromagnetic induction. You want to see in animated picture? Let's go. So here you can see that magnetic field is generating in coil 1. You can see here AC power source, right? That means electricity is flowing in coil 1, okay? Lamp A, you can see it is glowing, that means electricity is here in this coil. Because of electricity, magnetic field generates, and this magnetic field generates induced EMF in coil B. From coil A to coil B, it will generate induced EMF, and because of this EMF, current will generate, and lamp B is glowing, okay? You can see lamp B is glowing because current is inducing in this coil B. That's why lamp B is glowing. Alright, if there would be no current, then how it will be possible for lamp B to glow, right? So hope you all have understood the concept of electromagnetic induction very well. So this was the picture I showed you in animated part, right? What we have discussed, that when current flow in this coil, then because of current, magnetic field generates, and when this coil comes under the magnetic field of this coil, then an induced EMF will create in this coil number 2, and because of EMF, induced current will also be there, okay? And that we were detecting by galvanometer. But what if we don't have galvanometer? Then what we will do? We will use Fleming's right hand rule. Now what is Fleming's right hand rule? That we have discussed in previous lecture. But today also I am explaining this because it is useful in electromagnetic induction. Right? How? See, your thumb should be perpendicular to the first finger and your first finger should be perpendicular to the second finger. Okay? Like Fleming's left hand rule. When you point your thumb in the direction of motion and your first finger in the direction of magnetic field, then your second finger will show the direction of induced current. This is Fleming's right hand rule. Okay? When you point your thumb in the direction of motion, your first finger in the direction of magnetic field, then your second finger will show the direction of induced current. This is how you can know the direction of induced current. Okay? So hope you all have understood this lecture very well about electromagnetic induction. If you have any doubt, you can ask anytime. Till my next video, bye bye, take care.